I don't know, is it worth the hype? I guess. Hey friends, welcome to a new video. So the season of fall is here, and fall is probably like the most hyped season ever on the internet. There's Halloween that is incredibly hyped, and then there is sweaters, things like that. But most of all, people probably hype up pumpkin spice latte. Now, I've heard of that ever since I remember YouTubers, Instagrammers back in the day talking about this beverage called pumpkin spice latte, and I had never tried it. All I knew, it was a coffee type beverage with pumpkin in it, but I could not imagine how it tasted like. But I was very curious on how it tasted because everyone had hyped it up so much. And a friend the other day was making pumpkin spice latte from scratch since it's pumpkin season, and she got really excited. And I told her that I had never tried pumpkin spice latte, and she was really surprised and said, I have to try it. And she gave me a recipe that she used. Seeing this, I'm really excited because I have extremely high expectations for pumpkin spice latte because it is hyped that much. So I'm really excited to try and to finally find out how that tastes like. So let's get started. So first things first is we need, of course, a pumpkin. I've seen some pumpkin spice latte recipes, and in the US people tend to use those canned pumpkin purees, but we don't have that here in Germany, so I'm using fresh pumpkin since it's pumpkin season. And yeah, so I'm going to cut this up into small cubes or slices or wedges, and then I'm going to steam the pumpkin so that it gets nice and soft, that we can puree it into a puree. So to steam the pumpkins that I have cut up right here, I set up a large pot at the bottom with some water. With some water, and then on top this is just a normal kind of steamer. And this is how I'm going to cook the pumpkin. So the pumpkins are now soft, so I need to mix them up or puree them to get a pumpkin puree. I'm going to do that in this smoothie maker that I have, and then we'll get up to combining everything to get our pumpkin spice latte. Steaming the pumpkins has definitely been the most, not difficult part, but time-consuming part. I definitely would not do this if I were to make a pumpkin spice latte on a regular day. Maybe it would be a different story if I live in the US and I would be able to buy pureed pumpkin, but I would definitely not do this just to drink a pumpkin spice latte on a regular basis. So I'm going to get my pumpkin right in front of me and drop in, I have one slice. I'm not sure how many, ow, this is really hot. Maybe I should get a spoon. I know I need about 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree, but since this is still in bits, I'm not sure how much I should puree. Maybe 2 to 3 wedges. I'm going to do 3. Okay, so I have my pumpkin in here, and I'm just going to close this and blend this up. So the pumpkin puree is done. I actually have way more than 2 tablespoons, but this would make future pumpkin spice lattes way easier. So I'm going to keep the rest, obviously. But for now, the next step would be to make the spice in pumpkin spice latte. And for that, we need cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and the other ingredients we'll need is clove and allspice. So I'm going to mix that all together. I have the recipe down below so you guys can follow it. So I'm going to go ahead to mix that into this bowl. Maybe I'll make some more for future lattes now that I have pumpkin puree. and then I'll be back. So now that we have our spice for the pumpkin spice latte, we're going to move on to heat up our milk that we will be needing. And I think coffee goes in this as well. And we're going to mix it all up in the blender once again so it's all nice and smooth. And then it's time for the taste test. So please excuse the lighting. It looks like there's going to be a thunderstorm soon. But I've heated up my milk now and I've brewed my coffee, and now all I have to do is combine the pumpkin, the spice, the milk, the coffee all into the blender, mix that up one more time, and then we're going to have a taste. It's actually already 5 o'clock now, so to be honest, I'm a little worried that I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I can be a little bit sensitive to caffeine. Sometimes I don't really drink coffee regularly, so cross my fingers that I will be able to sleep tonight. Yeah. So this is the last step. I'm going to add, what shall I add first? I think I'll add the liquids first. So I'm adding my hot milk. I'm actually using a plant-based version. This is, I think, hold on, what did I buy? This is soy and, wait. Yeah, this is soy and oat milk kind of mixed together. I heated it in this pot because I don't have a microwave. Okay, so we have our milk. I actually did not measure the milk. I think this is about 250 to 300 milliliters of milk. Then I'm going to add the coffee. Well, it's supposed to be espresso, but all I had was instant coffee and I added less water. I know it's not really the real thing, but I'm not the biggest coffee fan, so whatever. So my coffee, then 2 tablespoons of the pumpkin puree, 1 tablespoon. Oh, 2 tablespoons. I think it'd be really interesting to test out the different, combinations, or how do you call it? Different proportions as to, like, if I use 3 tablespoons of pumpkin, whether I prefer that or not. Okay, anyways, now comes the spice. I honestly don't know how much spice to add. A tablespoon, is that too much? I think that's too much. Maybe half a tablespoon, or are you only supposed to sprinkle it? I'm going to add half a tablespoon and then increase the amount if it tastes like nothing. Maybe 1 tablespoon, but it's better to add less and then keep adding. I'm actually going to add a dash of salt because salt increases the flavors nicely, and it's always great to add salt with sweet beverages. Speaking of sweet, I still need to add honey or sugar, whatever you guys prefer. I prefer honey. I almost forgot that. I have pumpkin on my fingers. How much are we going to add? Half a tablespoon? Is that too much? I don't know. So I'm going to place the lid on top and mix this one last time so everything is nice and incorporated before I have my taste test. Okay, this is what it looks like. I'm so excited. I'm going to add this into my cup. Wow, it's steaming. Can you guys see that? I have this really Pinteresty cup, I would call this, that I've gotten out just for the pumpkin spice latte. Ooh, this looks nice and smooth. Oh, okay. I did it! I made a pumpkin spice latte! Okay, I'm super intrigued to try this. This is really hot. I'm afraid I'm going to burn myself. The moment of truth, the moment I've been waiting for years and years. That's a bit dramatic, but okay, I'm going to have a sip, or at least attempt. My first reaction was, wow, I can totally taste these spices. Not in a particularly good way. It could be sweeter, to be honest, but it's good. Let me have another sip. It's good, it's nice. It doesn't taste like pumpkin at all, to be honest. Maybe I could add some more pumpkin, add some more sweetener, but it's nice. I don't know, is it worth the hype? I guess not. To be honest, I don't think it's worth the hype. I prefer, or I like chai tea much more than I like this, to be honest. But I get the hype. I mean, it's probably a whole marketing budget and team that did this. I don't know who started this pumpkin spice latte. Was it Starbucks? Correct me if I'm wrong. But obviously they put a lot of marketing effort and knowledge into marketing this drink. And I think it being seasonal adds to the hype because it's also limited and exclusive things tend to be hyped more, or it's a marketing strategy. So is it delicious? Yes. Would I drink it again? Yes, gladly. Would I go through all this trouble to drink it again? Probably not, to be honest. Is it my favorite drink? No, but it's nice. Do I get the hype? Yes and no. Yes, because I get that there's this whole marketing thing behind it. Do I get the hype from people saying that it's such an amazing drink? No, to be honest. No, not really. But it's delicious. Maybe I should play around with the proportions of the ingredients. Maybe that would make it better. But I like it. It's not bad. It's nice and warming. I feel like I'm getting a little hot in this turtleneck. Can't stop drinking. I mean, it is good. It's just, I don't really think it's worth the hype, to be honest. But hey, now I tried it. Now I know what it tastes like. I've even made it myself. I can make it for other people. I can make it for you. It's good. I'm super glad though that my friend encouraged me to try this out. I thought it was really fun and I was so excited to try this for so long. So thank you so much, you know who you are, for making me try this. And if you guys are now curious, let me know if you've ever tried pumpkin spice latte. If you have, do you think it's worth the hype? I'd be super curious to know. Or, I don't know, is it just an American thing? Probably. But this is really good. If you guys have not tried it, be sure to try it. I'm always for, or an advocate for, trying new things. So if you guys want to try it, I'll leave the recipe that I used down below. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thursday I have another Thursday chats video coming out. So if you want to see that or next week's video or anything cooking and health related, feel free to subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you thought this was fun and interesting. And I can totally feel the coffee kicking in. That's why I'm rambling. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.